Hey guys, it's Ice again. Just doing a video review of the Smith & Wesson Border Gaurd 2 folding knife. This is the Tanto blade, partially serrated. And when I was first when I first came across this knife, I was looking for a blade that was basically the biggest folding blade I could find. I just wanted a big knife that I could fit in my pocket, something for serious work, but something that, like, I didn't want to lug around, you know, a fixed blade on my belt. So I came across this because it was listed as having a 4.4 inch blade. It does, however, there's a lot of wasted blade space. There's 4.4 inches of blade, there's just not 4.4 inches of edge. I don't know if you can see there's a little bit of distance between the edge of the handle and the beginning of the edge on the blade. I didn't really like that because, I mean, utilize as much metal as you got, you know, you don't want to have any dead weight. And that's another thing, I don't really like the handle to blade ratio. There's a lot of handle and there's not a whole lot of blade in comparison. But it's a good knife. It's more or less what I was looking for. Just a big folding knife. It's a liner lock, so as soon as it comes out, the liner will lock in there. It's a very sturdy lock. I haven't had any problems with it. I've had this one for about a month. Yeah, it has a grip, gripping there, so you can get out of the way easily. One thing I've never really liked about liner locks is that you have to put your thumb in the path of the blade to unlock it. So your thumb is in the blade while the blade is unlocked, and that, you know, that's never a good recipe. I've always liked the back locks or like an arc lock or something like that. But this isn't bad. This is a rescue knife, so it's got this window breaker on the back. I have tested this on a junk car. It works very well. When you break a window, you're going to want to do it not in the center, do it on the edge. Just a strong tap on the edge of the window, and that should break it very, very nicely. Then you just punch the rest of the window through. And it also has, like, because of that, this huge chunk of steel at the back for this window breaker. It's a very heavy knife to carry around, but I don't mind that. If you're wearing light pants, it's very weird to carry with you, but I usually wear jeans anyway, so I don't care. It also has this seat belt or strap cutter on the back that also works very well. Practically effortless, and also has that guard there so nothing else but the strap is going to get through. It's very nice. If worst comes to worst, you just use the knife to cut the strap, and really, who cares? Another thing I love about this knife is that it's geared for speed. Even with, like, you know, you can use momentum or whatever you want, but with no flick of the wrist or anything, this thing comes out really fast. Even with gloves hindering my flicking motion here, this comes out very, very quickly. When you flick this out, you know, like, the other person knows you mean business. So, yeah, I definitely like that about it. Also, another thing about this pocket clip on the back, it leaves a lot of the blade, or a lot of the knife sticking out. The whole window breaker and everything is sticking out. And sometimes this strap cutter can get caught on the pocket. I never really liked that because, I don't know, I don't want it tearing up my jeans, but it's never done that before, so I'm not too worried. The window breaker also has this lanyard hole here. I've never used that, but it's a nice addition to have. Another thing is, when I got this knife, the clip was very sturdy. Now, after 1 month of very light use, this clip, I don't know if you can see it there, it's moving around a good amount. It does take quite a lot of effort to move it. I mean, it's not loose like flinging around, but it's still very, very functional. I don't mind. But if that sketches you out, you might want to look elsewhere, or maybe just tighten these bolts. I don't know if that would work. But yeah, that's something to address. I've seen that happen on other knives of this, so I know this isn't just one instance. And yeah, so another thing about the handle is this gripping right here. This is very, very aggressive grip. It's literally like sandpaper. Like you could sand something down with this. I never was a huge fan of that because when you set it down on the table or something, or like on your, I don't know, nightstand, on a shelf, really anything, it can scrape it up if you move it around. So I don't really like that, and I don't really see the point. But I mean, it doesn't hurt when you use it. The blade is made of, I think it is 440 steel, or something to that degree, something of that quality. It's nothing special. It's not S30V or anything like that. It's really, like, don't be expecting a lot, but it'll do the job. It was listed at, I think, $65 retail. I got it off Amazon for $26, I think, and I've been to Big 5 Sporting Goods, and I've heard of a bunch of Big 5 Sporting Goods. They carry these, and they sell them when they have a sale. They sell them for like $10. So if you ever see a Big 5 Sporting Goods, just stop by, walk in, see if they have one of these on sale. And if you do, pick it up. It is a very, very good deal for $10. I mean, faults included, that is like robbery for $10. That is a fantastic deal. So yeah, this has definitely been a very satisfying knife for me. I've been carrying it pretty much everywhere I go. Make sure to check with the knife laws in your area, as this is a 4.4-inch blade. 4.4 inches is over the legal limit for a concealed blade in many, if not most, areas of the United States. So make sure to check with your city or county or state knife laws to make sure that you're not crossing the line there. So I think that's about everything. This is the Smith & Wesson Border Gaurd 2. This is Ice. Thanks for listening, guys.